3, 2, 3, 2, 1. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, fellas. We're here. We're live. We're live not only on YouTube, but we're also live on TikTok. I got the phone popping right now. We're live in multiple different areas. It's lights, cameras, action. It's the start of the season. We're going to be talking about it all. Oh, yeah. The sheets are back. The props are big time. I just entered the $2,120 luxury box, 135 people at 100K to first. If you know me, you know I don't like showdowns unless it's small field and there's a big prize up top. So we are in. We are in right now. I believe that we are all good and situated because this isn't like the preseason where I forgot to start the stream for 20 minutes and talk to myself. We are ready to roll. Let's start it off with a bang. Let's win the luxury box tonight. What's going on? I see everybody up in the chat right now. I see Carlton. I see Mason. I see everybody up in here right now. A ton of people up in here right now. People in the Discord. If you're in the Discord, make sure to ask your questions in here. Obviously, after the stream, we can get your questions in the Discord, but I don't have my phone, and I'm clearly live right here, so I don't have access right now. We got another Salvatore in the chat. Sal Rosen. What's going on, boss man? Yeah, so I just entered the... I obviously have props in for tonight. I don't have a side on the game. Like, I think that the game theory play at this point is take the Cowboys line plus the over, like parlay those together. I don't really like parlays, but if the Cowboys actually cover, you would expect it to be a high-scoring game and not a slugfest with the way their defense plays. But yeah, we're in tonight. We're in. I have a dummy lineup that I'm about 95% confident on, but we'll end this stream about 10 minutes, 15 minutes before the game starts so I can make sure that is good. We have people up here on YouTube. Hey, bro, who do you think, AB or Mike Evans tonight? I like AB if we're talking DFS on TikTok. How are people doing over there? Happy Thursday from Brooklyn. Grandma says looking good. Hello to my beautiful mother and grandmother watching right now. Mom, Jonathan, we're going to have a special guest. Spoiler alert. He's going to come on about halfway through the show to give you, we've had two special guests. Nick Boyle, touchdown. Cam Brate, 3 catches for 30 yards as a backup tight end. We're going to have another amazing pick tonight to start the season from another special guest. How y'all doing? My boy Sal. Alexa, play Mass, welcome back. Hey, let's do it. We love it. These are the good times. The man is alive and well. How y'all doing? Yeah. All right, we got 250 people up in here. Let's start getting these questions. Let's start flowing through because we got a massive showdown slate tonight. If anybody else in here is in the luxury box, best of luck. We're all trying to go for that $100,000. If you're in the Millie Maker, I'm in 2 contests tonight. 2, that's it. I'm not playing 150s. I'm not playing 20 maxes. I thought I would. I'm playing the luxury box, and I'm playing that same exact lineup at a FOMO in the Millie Maker. That's it. As of right now, maybe I'll play some 3 max and stuff like that, but I plan to go pretty hard on Sunday. I already have about 12 props. I think 12 props taken for Sunday, somewhere around there, a dozen, something like that. I plan to go very, very hard on Sunday. So I don't need anything more than just a massive lineup, a nice luxury box contest. Try and bink that bad boy. Let's go, Sal. I'm pumped. You are on the full screen of the TV. My wife can't take it anymore. It's only the first night of the season. Well, your wife sounds like a fantastic person for letting you do this, for putting my, look at this. I mean, my big old schnitzel, this thing, fucking big old schnotz. I got to put on the screen. Some people want to go live right now with me on TikTok. They want to join up in here live. I can't be doing that. I got unstable connection on TikTok right now. That can't be true because we're streaming on 2 places at once. Let's get this money. Sally the Kid, good to see you back. Fired to be a patron again. Zach, I appreciate you. Best play on SuperDraft for the captain spot tonight. Let me see my best play on SuperDraft captain. So SuperDraft projections right now, for me, my highest projected player on SuperDraft is CeeDee Lamb. So CeeDee Lamb, Tom Brady, and Antonio Brown look like the best plays there, but obviously you have to factor in the multiplier. So with the multiplier for, let's see what CeeDee Lamb is, 1.75. I think I like CeeDee Lamb the most. Like Antonio Brown on SuperDraft has a 1.9x multiplier, but at least you get CeeDee Lamb 1.75. That's enough for me to go to CeeDee Lamb over Antonio Brown. How y'all doing, people? How y'all doing? I'm depressed about Gus. I got him in so much. Yeah, I mean, it's crazy. Their top 3 running backs is gone for the year. Two ACLs and an Achilles. Back-to-back plays with Marcus Peters today for Gus. Luckily, in my main league, I took Tyshawn Williams in like the 16th. That's the cut Sal one. Yeah, that's the cut. Yeah, I'm getting haircuts weekly at this point. I was doing haircuts 2 times a week or 2 times a month, once every other week. Now we're doing haircuts on the weekly because it's a business expense now. If I stay fresh on the screen, hey, it counts, right? It counts. We're counting this as a business expense. Love the content, man. Who should I start? Tom Brady or Kyler Murray against the Titans? I'm going to be going with Kyler Murray there. Howard or Bernard today? I'm going to go with O.J. Howard over Gio Bernard. I have no issues with Gio Bernard. Gio Bernard is going to grade out as probably, compared to O.J. Howard, a comparable value. I like O.J. Howard a lot. Let's not get it twisted. You can read right here on the screen the notes that I have on O.J. Howard. Let me pull them up, actually. I mean, O.J. Howard was playing very well until he got hurt last year, right? He was the tight end, too. He's going to obviously run ahead of Brate. He's going to be on the field a lot. He ran 15 routes a week and saw 5 targets a week with Tom Brady last year for the first month of the season. There's no way anybody remembers that, right? And obviously, we're looking into it, so now some people remember it. We got people up on TikTok. Cowboys wide receivers. Yeah, I prefer CeeDee Lamb, Amari, and Gallup in that order tonight for the Cowboys wide receivers. AB or T. Higgins in my season-long AB. Shout out TikTok. I picked up Latavius Murray and Devonta and Bell. You're just waiting to see which one signs with them. Devonta was the one, right? What do we got? I picked up Latavius. Zeke over under 60.5 rushing yards. Yeah, my man Jake, it's a no bet for me. If anything, I like the over his receiving yards. I saw it at like 21.5, 20 in some spots. Is Keyshawn Vaughn out? What fella should I play instead? I would not be playing Keyshawn Vaughn. He's the number 4 running back on that team. I don't even know if he's active. I think he made the team. Gallup is the slot roll against Buntling. How many targets do you think he sees? I don't think Gallup will be primary slot. I think they're all going to rotate around. I think you see each Cowboys receiver. I think you see CeeDee Lamb play about 40% slot snaps, and then you see both Gallup, probably Amari around 30, and Gallup around the remaining 30 when they're in 3 wide receiver sets, that is, which is not going to be every single snap. So yeah, he'll see Bunting in the slot. That'll be a fine matchup for him, but I don't think they're all going to be in the slot, right? Every single one of these Cowboys receivers is going to move into the slot at some point, and probably for a significant amount of snaps. And by significant, I mean more than probably 8 to 12, right? Best MVP spot tonight against ownership. So I only really like playing the wide receivers. It depends on what the format you're playing in is, right? Like in the 130-person tournaments, like the luxury box tonight, that's somewhere where you can actually start to consider playing quarterbacks because it's more of like a cash game build in the captain spot. You can get that secure 15 to 20 plus points. But as always, on large field GPPs, it's wide receivers in the captain spot for me. This is not preseason anymore. We're not playing with the defenses in the captain spot, especially on this slate, in my opinion. So I'm playing just wide receivers. The only guys that I have eligible in my captain spots tonight, right now, is 6 wide receivers, and I have majority of my ownership bulked up into Antonio Brown, CeeDee Lamb, Amari Cooper, and Chris Godwin. Those 4 players right there are making up around 85% of my captain ownership. Tyshawn Williams or Swift at flex. Swift, and don't overthink it. I missed these streams. I missed them as well. 1 year anniversary of splitting the milli. I told you I was going to send the peanut M&Ms. I joined Patreon today for you. We can call it even, says Timothy. Hey, splitting the milli after I told people, hey, if you end up actually winning the Milli Maker, you can come up in here and you can give me some nice peanut M&Ms. I appreciate you. Thank you. Let's see what we got going on. So let's start to take maybe some props and things like that. So the X's means that they're in a player pool for me right now. So right now I'm not really looking to run Leonard Fournette. Ryan Suckup is only going to be a player pool if you're playing in small field tournaments or cash games. Same thing with Greg Zuerlein. Large field GPPs, I'm not playing a kicker tonight. Bucks defense, I'm not playing the Bucks defense tonight. I'd rather play Ryan Suckup. Tony Pollard viable or a kicker? I would prefer Ryan Suckup over Tony Pollard. Dak or Zeke today? Give me Dak. Sal, what's up, man? It's been a minute. Riding with you over a year now. Looking forward to the football season. I'm looking forward to the football season as well, in a big fucking way. Best MVP spot against ownership tonight. The best MVP spot against ownership. Yeah, we answered that one earlier. In terms of like finding a lower owned guy that could be the captain for you. Antonio Brown looks like the best value play. He's picking up ownership now, but he's still not expected to be like a top 5 owned guy. So it's still Antonio Brown. Like I'm looking for, if I'm talking about MVPs, I'm looking or captains, I'm trying to find wide receivers who have massive ceilings. Unless it's SuperDraft, and even there they look good, right? But Brady starts to come into play. So I'm looking for receivers. So if you're looking for low-owned receivers tonight, that would be relative to the other receivers. Definitely Michael Gallup will be lower-owned, and then also Antonio Brown. Now, Gallup's not going to be 5% owned. He'll probably be 25%, and Antonio Brown's going to be 30%, so I'll take Antonio Brown. Bernard or Howard? I'll take O.J. Howard over Gio Bernard. No love for the Zeke captain? No, not really. Sally, I'm betting you were an auctioneer. No, I was not. Maybe in another lifetime. Yeah, maybe in another lifetime. Hurts or Tannehill? Somebody says Hurts. Eckler or Mike Evans? I will go Eckler. I think he's fine. He seems to be ready to play. So I got Gus. Should I trade away Sermon for Tyshawn Williams, or is that crazy? You don't know how that backfield's going to play out. I wouldn't trade away Sermon for that. My guy, putting in that work. About to break the slate with OJ. Oh, man, OJ. Yabba dabba doo, yee sal. What's going on, Chase? How you doing, boss man? Hey, Suckup or OJ Howard in a small field GPP. In a small field GPP, I'm going to go with Suckup there. I mean, I've got Suckup projecting out for over 9 points. That's almost double what I have for OJ Howard. Now, obviously, your upside out of OJ Howard is the 3-catch, 60-yard day when he has a 30-plus yard catch, or the touchdown. The more likely outcome for him to hit a ceiling is OJ Howard scores a touchdown. OJ Howard is going to run 12 to, let's call it 15 routes today. On 15 routes at OJ Howard, he's probably going to see 3 targets. On a good game, 4 to 5. Does one of those end up being a red zone target for a touchdown is what you're playing for. You the man. No, you the man. We got a lot of people up in here already. Over 500 people on the debut stream of the season. Cannot wait for Sunday, but we're here right now. Cowboys wide receivers or the Bucks wide receivers? Let me see. The answer is both. I don't know why you would just be portioning off to one or the other. I am getting right now a split. I'm getting Antonio Brown, CeeDee Lamb, Godwin, and Amari. Those 4 guys in that order. So it's a split. I'm literally playing both of them. I'm not getting so much Gallup. I got 21% total Gallup. I have 24% total Mike Evans. And this is in the 20 max crunches that I did, but I have not entered because I decided to play the luxury box instead because I'm a psychopath. Rojo or Odell at the flex? Odell. Playing Dak and Tom, okay. It's okay, but you're really giving up upside there. Like playing both Dak and Brady's fine. They're my 2 highest projected players. I have them both for about 22 points and change, give or take. So that's fine. In a small field contest, it makes sense. But now you're giving up upside because of how expensive they are. You're paying a lot of money to secure that 15 fantasy points and maybe get the 20, 22 median projection, right? Whereas Dak has somewhat of a ceiling, right? You expect him to pass a little bit more. But it's tougher for me to want to go to both of them. Brady or Brown in the captain for cash games tonight. For cash games, I'll still go Antonio Brown. A fantastic matchup. Malik Hooker is always hurt. Yes. Any good bets on Prize Picks? Yeah. So the ones that I took in the video the other day are the main ones that I have still, but we can play some more. This Brady over under negative 0.5 rushing yards. People like think that he's going to kneel down 5 yards or more, which he does back up a little bit. It's an interesting prop. It's a fun prop. These are the ones that I took in the video the other day. Good stuff, man. Been watching all of your NFL videos since the beginning of last year. I appreciate you, Killa. Sal, Evans or Godwin looking for the dollar whiskies? I'm going to take Godwin. Much better matchup. He's off the injury report. So these are the props that I took for tonight's game. I think they've moved. I have the over Dak 20.5, the over Brown 11.5. This Brown 11.5 was amazing. Like I have Brown for 15 fantasy points, give or take. So this is fantastic. And now Leonard Fournette's up to 8, I think. So I have the over 7. If Leonard Fournette starts to get up to 9 or 10, we hammer the under. So we can look at what the new board looks like on Prize Picks. If you want to play on Prize Picks, they have a Patrick Mahomes prop releasing tonight at midnight. It's over under a half a passing yard. If he has one passing yard on Sunday, you win the bet. You can use the code SAL to get a free bet up to $100. It's nice. Sal, you got 2 locks for Prize Picks. I like the over 11.5 Antonio Brown. I don't think it's still available for fantasy points, but we can check. Let's see. We now have Dak still at 20.5, so I still have this over Dak 20.5 already placed. And Antonio Brown's at 12. I would still take the Antonio Brown over 12. I have him for about 15 points. I got it at 11.5. Leonard Fournette's at 8. I got that at 7. I don't feel as confident as the over on that with Giovanni Bernard expected to play now. The rest of these look pretty good from a fantasy point perspective. They all look pretty fair in terms of where their props lie. Brady, if you wanted to go over 20.5, but I choose to go Dak there. Receiving yards, I was trying to find the receiving yards for Zeke. I want to see if they posted them. 20.5 receiving yards for Zeke is nice. Like if what I'm going to do here is I'm going to pair up these two. 20.5 receiving yards, and we can all do this together. Kumbaya, right? We can all win this together if you want, if you're listening for Prize Picks. I'm taking the over 20.5 receiving yards for Zeke and the over 12 fantasy points for Antonio Brown. I think that and maybe Antonio Brown's receiving yards will be the better number here. Rojo or Gronk as a last piece. I'll take Rojo there and hope for the red zone touchdown. I don't think Gronk's going to play as much as people think. Maybe runs 18 routes, 20 routes. O.J. Howard is now healthy. It's the first game of the year. I mean, if he's Gronk from the Super Bowl, sure. I'm just a little bit cautious that it's not that Gronk that you're going to get. Ronald Jones does scare me, but I think you can expect pretty comfortably, especially in this matchup, as 10-point favorites damn near. I think you could expect somewhere around 12 to 14 carries for Ronald Jones. You just hope one of those finds the end zone. Sal, good to be back on the stream again. Thoughts on the low-owned captain? Ready to have another solid season. Michael Gallup is the lowest-owned, highest upside captain, but I'd still rather go to Antonio Brown, who will be like the 7th or 8th highest-owned guy on the slate. So let's see what we got here. We've got the over Antonio Brown. I wanted to see what Antonio Brown's receiving yards were to see if that's a better number. Receiving yards for Antonio Brown, they are not available, sadly. So that sucks. So we'll take this. We'll take this one. We'll put $100 on it. Antonio Brown over 12 points and Zeke over 20.5 receiving yards. So there we go. There's a prop that we all took together, singing Kumbaya the second that it places. Beautiful. There we go. There's the proof. Bang. Bada bing, bada bang. Now we're digging where there's taters, huh? Now we're digging where there's taters. CD or Zeke? I'll take CeeDee Lamb. Tom and Dak or Tom and Zeke in a large field? I'll take Tom and Dak in a large field. AB or Mostert? Give me AB. We got people watching on TikTok still. How y'all doing over there? My favorite time of the year. Yeah, it's my favorite time. I mean, this is Christmas morning, and it's only Thursday. Like, Sunday morning is going to be Christmas morning. Game started an hour earlier over here in Central Time. We got 650 people watching live action right now. How y'all doing? Week 1, Barkley or Fournette in season long? Barkley. O.J. Howard or Brown are the sleepers. Antonio Brown's not really much of a sleeper. He's 35% owned now compared to O.J. Howard, who's 12% owned. But O.J. Howard is one of the 2 sleepers that has upside tonight. It's him and Giovanni Bernard, if you're not counting like the kickers and defenses. And also, O.J. Howard will be half as owned as Ryan Suckup in large field. Recommended exposures for Dak and Zeke. Give us them schmacks. What's going on, Creative Edges? So Dak and Zeke tonight, I'm around the field on both. Literally, like, I think the exact field. I have 66% Brady. I have 58% Dak tonight. None of them in the captain spots. My projected ownership is 68% Brady and 59% Dak. I'm literally as close as you can possibly get without being on the field on these guys' ownerships. So, yeah, I'm right on there. 8K in the bankroll. Damn, somebody says. What does that mean? What does 8K in the bankroll mean? Gronk or Font week 1 as starting tight end? Gronk or Font week 1 as starting tight end? I'll go with Font there. Sal, Rojo or Sermon this week? Rojo or Sermon this week? I'll go with Rojo. Chris Godwin or Mike Evans? Give me Chris Godwin. 650 viewers, only 75 likes. Yeah, hit the like button. If you're not already subscribed to this channel, I don't know what you're waiting for. Hit the motherfucking subscribe button. AB or Claypool? AB. Week 1, Jalen Hurts or Dak for season long? I'll take Dak there. Would you trade Mark Andrews for Dak? Depends on what your tight end depth is. Last I checked, the spread was 9. Yeah, it was at 9.5 on some sites earlier. I don't know if it's at 9 now. All the same. 600 too much to leave on the table? No. I mean, I'm leaving $1,000 or more on the table in every single one of my lineups. Should probably let that be known right now. I'm leaving $1,000 or more on the table in every single one of my lineups. That is correct. You did hear that correctly. Let me just put this in a little bit. There we go. Cool. Yeah, so $1,000 or more in all my lineups. Rojo or Tyrell Williams in season long? I will take Rojo still. Sal, I got to give you props. For giving me the props, my man. I got to give you props for giving me the props. Nice. So, AK in your prize pool bankroll. Oh, yeah. Fun times. AO Optimizer down on Patreon, says Zach. It's down on Patreon. I'll ask on live stream. All right, I just asked. AB or Lockett, season long, give me Lockett. Bernard or Zach Moss this week? Zach Moss. No depth, I could get Goddard. Yeah, just take Goddard and trade Mark Andrews for Dak, for sure, if you don't have any quarterbacks. Leaving money is how you differentiate and win these showdowns. For the most part, yes, it is. There's ways to build unique lineups. Like you can go 5-1. Like if you play a lot of lineups tonight with 5 Cowboys and 1 Buck, you will be unique. Is that optimal? I still don't think so. But I do think that I think there's a world where the Cowboys lose by 14 tonight and you still need 5 Cowboys in your lineup, right? And you just need 1 Buck. And maybe the concentration all goes today to Ronald Jones on the ground. He has 3 fucking touchdowns on the ground, right? Brady doesn't do much, so the receivers don't do much. And then the Cowboys start to score, so the defense doesn't do much. And it's only like 4 touchdowns, so the kicker doesn't do much. There's a way where it works out that it's a 5-1 onslaught for the Cowboys. That will be very low owned. So there's ways to build creative lineups tonight. The easiest way, though, which I agree, is to leave money on the table. I have at least $1,000 on the table in all my lineups. Lineup with all 6 wide receivers. AB at captain. It leaves, is that bad? It leaves $1,000 on the table. That's honestly not that bad, all 6 wide receivers. I kind of want at least 1 quarterback in those types of builds. For all 6 wide receivers to get there, you're really needing a massive shootout, and you need the ball to also be spread around, right? You need both quarterbacks to throw only 3 touchdowns, and each wide receiver to have one of those touchdowns and more yardage. Otherwise, it's very likely that one of the other wide receivers pops off, and then if the quarterback's throwing 3 touchdowns and one of the receivers is popping off, the other one's probably not popping off, right? So you need like a very, very fine thing to happen, or like a backup quarterback comes in because somebody gets hurt. Otherwise, it's really difficult to see 6 wide receivers in a winning lineup. Because if they all go off, it means the quarterbacks, and at least one of them is having a massive day that is probably a 30-point day, which is probably higher than one of those wide receivers is getting. And obviously price comes into play a little bit. Tyler Boyd or Sutton, I'll take Tyler Boyd. Bernard or Michelle in season-long full PPR. Give me Michelle. Bucks defense or Fournette. Oh, Bucks defense or Fournette is a tough one. I don't like either. Let me see where they rank in my values on DraftKings. On DraftKings tonight, it's going to be for me. Ooh, they both rank. So they rank back-to-back. The Bucks defense is my 15th overall play, and Fournette is my 16th. So I'll take Fournette because I think he has more upside for touchdowns. See you soon. Good luck, fellas. What's going on, Evan? How you doing? How you doing? Antonio Brown or Brandon Ayuk? Give me Antonio Brown, man. Look, we're trying to play fantasy football tonight, not Sunday. But either way, give me Antonio Brown. AB or Julio this week? AB. I like AB a lot. I like Julio too. He has a fantastic matchup, but so does AB. Like, in terms of the matchups tonight, the Titans matchups with Julio and AJ Brown and the Bucks matchups are probably the best matchups on the entire week. And it's close for some other players, but for the most part, it's not that close. Is it important to ensure your QB with your receiver in each? No. Stacking can be seen as so many different ways. You can have a wide receiver in the captain spot and have the other team's quarterback, and that can work for a correlation, right? Because that receiver goes off, but the other team's quarterback trying to fight back into the game outproduces So for example, Chris Godwin's in the captain spot tonight because he scores 2 touchdowns, but those are the only 2 touchdowns Brady throws, and Dak throws for 3 and has some rushing yards, right? That's a way that you don't have to have it. So you don't have to have it. I would not set a rule that says you have to have this. I do think having a portion of your lineups that way makes sense, though. Thanks, Sal. No problem. I need some water. AB at 58.5 receiving yards, still like fantasy points better on Prize Picks. I didn't see the 58.5. I like the 58.5 more than fantasy points, though. But obviously the fantasy points leaves the door open for touchdowns, so I'm fine with it. I like the 58.5 more than 12 fantasy points, though, because obviously AB can get that in 2 catches, which is a lot less than 12 fantasy points. 80% of the top 1% of Showdown 20 winners last year had a player from the favored team in the captain spot. A player from the favored team in the captain spot. 80% of the top 1% had a player from the favored team in the captain spot. So 80 people out of, interesting. 80 people out of every 100 in the top 1%. That's interesting. Which makes sense. Cool to see how far you come in 12 months. Keep up the grind. Thanks, man. It's been a little more than 12 months. 2018, so 3 years. 2018 October is when I started this channel, almost 3 years. But obviously, since the last 12 months, there's been a math. Like, I look at my content a year ago, 2 years ago, and like we're still using the green screen. And every day I wanted to get over the green screen, but I would have a white wall behind me, and that looked worse than me just doing the green screen in terms of just catching people's attention. But now this looks a lot better. What's going on TikTok? Cooper or Lamb? Give me Lamb for sure. Play Ronald Jones or nah. It depends who your other options are. Yeah, we're live on TikTok. Is Juju washed? No. Do you like OJ Howard tonight? Yeah, OJ Howard. Let me see how much OJ Howard I have. I have 14% OJ Howard, which is probably around the field. You have Lamb as top owned captain. My top owned captain is not Lamb. He's my second highest owned. Antonio Brown's my highest owned captain. It's really hard not to fucking like CeeDee Lamb, though. I mean, it's really fucking hard. In that luxury box. So I'm playing in the $2,120 contest. 135 people. There's 100 grand to first. So, I mean, you have a 0.8% chance of winning first, right? The best you're ever going to find in a GPP for 100K. And I'm struggling to see if I want Antonio Brown or Lamb in the captain spot. That's my struggle point. Obviously, Antonio Brown is much cheaper, which allows you to do a lot more things, right? Like, he's significantly cheaper. At this point, he's $2,600 cheaper, right? In the captain spot, that's $3,900 in savings. That lets you get another stud receiver in there. So that's the hurt. Excited to crush this season. Best in the business. Y'all are too kind. Y'all got too much kindness in your bodies right now. What do we got? We got right now almost 700 people watching live. Appreciate all of you. How was your Thursday? Says Joel. Hey, Joel, my Thursday was lovely. I hope your Thursday. I hope your Thursday was also a lovely time. I actually I can't do it because I'm still on TikTok over here. Gronk, Bernard, or Jarwin? I will take Gronk. Lost Gus Edwards today. Should I take Le'Veon? Yeah, just pick him up. Why not? DJ Moore or Mostert half-point PPR? Give me DJ Moore. Rooting for Zeke because my $250 best ball big dog has him in there. Hey, let's go. You got him one of the big dogs? Love to hear it. What's up, big dog? What's going on, Connor? Jalen Hurts or Dak week 1? It's very close. I've got Dak for about 2.5 more points. I'll take Dak. Cooks over 14 full PPR. Cooks, like Brandon Cooks, over 14 right now. I don't know. I'll have to check my projections. I think I have him for like 13.6. Are we fading Evans tonight? Evans is a very scary fade. He's not in my luxury box lineup. Actually, no, he's not in my I took Amari over him in my luxury box lineup. It's just tough because of the price point. But Evans has the highest upside tonight of 2 touchdowns on anybody on the slate. The only guy I would say is obviously outside of the quarterbacks. The only guy I would say is right there with him is probably Zeke, just because of running back who's going to touch the ball 18 times, or at least have 18 opportunities. But the highest rate of 2 touchdown upside is definitely Mike Evans. Why do you talk so fast? Because I'm an Italian from New York. My mother was watching earlier. I don't know if she still is, but talk to her about that, not me. Did you picture this game as Dallas being behind the entire game? I mean, that's what Vegas is saying, right? Vegas is saying Dallas is going to be over a touchdown and a half. Underdogs at 9 points, 9.5 on some sites. Losing Zach Martin is massive for their running game. Obviously, the secondary and the linebackers and everything. The up front goes 8 deep for Tampa Bay. It's just insane that their rotational pieces would probably be the best defensive linemen on some teams. Like the Houston Texans, the 7th best, we'll say 6th best defensive lineman on Tampa Bay is the best defensive lineman on the Texans, which is insane. Got a marathon Sunday. I'll be listening to the Sunday Picks podcast. Let's go, Kyle. I'm actually scheduled to run a half marathon on Saturday based on my running routine, but I ran one like 3 months ago. It's way too fucking hot here in Texas. I'm not doing that again. I mean, I ran one in June, and it was like 95 degrees. We won that bitch, but it was so fucking hot that I can't do that again in September now. And also, it's like a crazy weekend. My cousin's here. I'm not going to do that, but I'll probably still run the 13 just for fun somewhere. Any 5K and below players stand out to you? 5K and below players that look good to me are Giovanni Bernard. I prefer OJ Howard. If you were forced to choose a 5K or below player, I would choose Giovanni Bernard or OJ Howard. Unless you're in a smaller field GPP, I would take Ryan Suckup. Yo, Sal, how tall are you? Somebody asks. I am 6 foot flat. 6 foot flat. Maybe 6'1". Is Vegas always right, though? This is the thing. I don't know what kind of question that is, my man Skull Clown. They are 9-point favorites tonight. Tampa Bay. Vegas is not always right. No, that's about a 50% outcome. That is the market assuming what the proper price should be. No markets are efficient. Vegas is not always right. That's why you build lineups and correlations for chaos, because they will be lower owned, like the 5-1 Dallas onslaught that we talked about earlier. Hey, Sal, Jones or Fournette? And my girl Bird says hi. What's going on, girl Bird? Jones or Fournette? I'll take Ronald Jones. Gonna run a 1 out of 1,000 marathon. Hey, nice. Yeah, so I didn't run a marathon. I don't know if I want to do it just to say I did it, and I've been running for like 8 years at this point, so I probably should. But the half marathon I ran in Dallas like 3 months ago, I ended up finishing first for my age group and 8th overall. First for my age group in males, like it was like ages 18 to 30 something, but 8th overall. Lamb captain projection. I mean, Lamb's projection, you can figure out the captain projection on your end, is 16.8 for me. How tall are you is a serial killer question. Hey. Well, let's get this situated right now. Hey, let's get this. Hey, I don't know what you're trying to do. But the last thing I'm telling you is any more identifying information about me. So I'm walking around the streets of Austin. You come out with a tape measure. Is that him? Is he 6 foot, maybe 6'1"? Get the fuck out of here. Get out of this chat. Mods, kick that motherfucking serial killer. How do you think about this lineup? Brady, Prescott, Brown, Jones, and Lamb. I think everybody in this chat about to steal that shit, and it's about to be a shitty lineup. We got 730 people watching. How you doing? Another season, I'm ready. I purchased your content for the 3rd straight year. My guy, Anthony, I saw that. I get notifications when somebody signs up for Patreon, and I noticed the name, of course. We've chatted in Discord. How you doing, boss man? What about Scotty Miller, Sal? I have Scotty Miller for 1.8 fantasy points. Here's the issue with Scotty Miller, and we will pull up I've been talking with Josh Larkey in DMs here and there. Seems like a great guy. I don't follow many people on Twitter, but I follow my man Josh, and we'll pull up a platform that he does a lot of tools for. Let's pull it up. Let me show you Scotty Miller. Ready? Scotty Miller, and let's pull this up here. Excited to be back this year. Sal, you from Boston? I'm from New York. Originally from Staten Island, New York. I now live in Austin, Texas, but basically, I can't give you any of this identifying information. But born in New York, moved to Pennsylvania, moved to North Carolina, moved to Austin. We're moving around. This is Scotty Miller's routes run last week once Antonio Brown started to come into the picture, and it's not that good. Look at Scotty Miller towards the end of the year. This is when Antonio Brown came into the picture. This column right here is his routes run. 6 routes run, 12. 8 routes run, 4 routes run, 9 routes run. And then these weeks, this last week was week 17, so he ran 17 routes, but the starters started to come out of the games. So in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 games where Antonio Brown played fully and was actually seeing the full playbook, the highest snaps that he saw was 13 routes run, was 13. I think Scotty Miller tonight runs somewhere around 6 routes. Scotty Miller running 6 routes tonight may lead to 1 deep shot. If you're lucky, you get 1 deep shot, right? If you're really lucky, you get 1 deep shot. If you're only lucky, you get 1 target for like 13 yards and he has 2 points. That's not going to pay off. So Scotty Miller's opportunities tonight are very bad. Like there's a real chance tonight Giovanni Bernard and O.J. Howard each see 3 to 5 targets. That's a lot better, even if they're shorter range targets. That's a lot better because it's PPR than Scotty Miller's potentially at best 1 deep shot. Why CD over Cooper tonight? I think he's a better wide receiver from a slots standpoint. CD Lamb's going to play more in the slot tonight, which is going to be a better matchup than the outside against Carlton Davis where Amari will be. At the end of the day, it's not that much of a difference. Like right now, it's really, for the most part, the fact that you're going to be getting CD Lamb for $200 less, and that's really the only difference. I have CD Lamb tonight as my number. If we're talking about value-wise, CD Lamb I have for 16.8 points and Amari I have for 16.3. I have these guys as the same fucking play tonight. One of them is $200 less. One of them will play in the slot more. That's CD Lamb. I know CD Lamb's going to play on the outside this year. I'm not saying he's only playing in the slot, but he's going to play in the slot more than Amari. What site is that, Sal? That accessible? Fire. This is Player Profiler. They're a fantastic company within the industry. They have a lot of strong data that I like to use for a lot of my analysis. Sal, if you haven't been to Jester King yet, it's a must. I feel like I've heard of that. What is that? I feel like I've heard of that. My man trying to set me up to get murked. What's your O.J. Howard ownership? About 14%. I expect to be at or slightly above the field. Yes, still in New York. Yes, it's an Italian in New York thing, says Jackie V. That's my mama. So for the person that asked me why I talk so fast, there you go. It's an Italian New York thing. Like a motherfucking hero. If you know, you know. Well, he's talking about Miller, just trying to help. Why no Evans love, sir? I think Evans is expensive, right? Evans is going to come in Evans is an interesting GPP play and one that I might pivot to. I have right now 31% Mike Evans. I have his ownership at, I'm not that low on him. I have Evans projected for 47% ownership. I guess I have 31, so I'm decently low. I guess I'm pretty low on him. I'm really considering Evans is going to be, he's going to be overlooked, but he has maybe the highest upside of 2 touchdown upside right now, which is crazy. Ready for the new season, but sucks to be a depressed Lions fan. I appreciate the $5 super chat. Hey, depressed Lions fan. You got TJ Hawkinson, you got DeAndre Swift. Maybe the cornerback second-year player on the outside can take a step forward this year after being in a much better defensive scheme for him. Akuda. So head up. Brewery, Jester King. Yes, I have heard of Jester King. I've not been there. I've been to a couple of breweries out here. Obviously the Alston Brewery, but then I went to another one that serves banging fucking pizza. It was awesome. Might go to one this weekend. Cuse in the house. What up, Cuse? Michael Pittman or Chase Claypool? If you're talking DFS, I'll take Michael Pittman because he's cheaper. Otherwise, Claypool. Darden is inactive tonight. Yeah, I have Darden for 0 points. I wasn't expecting him to play. I need Sal's opinion. AB or Juju? Week 1 flex. AB by far. By far, AB. You don't like playing both QBs tonight? It depends on the contest you're playing in. If you're somebody who's a crazy guy and plays cash on Showdown slates, sure, try and play both QBs. Here's the problem with playing both QBs. It leaves you no money. It leaves you no money on the table, like at all. Like your highest upside is going to be wide receivers on Showdown slates. Your safest plays are going to be quarterbacks. That's why they're the most expensive. Spending almost half of what does QBs get you to? Like half of your budget tonight. Pretty close, over $20,000 on 2 players. One of them that's a statue in Tom Brady. Yes, a fantastic matchup. I get that. It's just tough to want to get to both QBs tonight because of what it leaves you after that. Like you have to hit on the O.J. Howard, or you have to hit on the Gronk or the Gio Bernard at that point, or you have to play a kicker. And it just really constricts what you want to do. Aaron Rodgers is a must-play tonight, right, Sal? Yes. Aaron Rodgers is a massive must-play. AB or Chris Carson at flex says TikTok. AB. My man's asked me like 30 times. Godwin projection. I have Godwin for 16 point. What do I have Godwin for tonight? 16 points. Where's Godwin at? Godwin. Why can't I find Godwin here? Chris Godwin, 15.8. $33, 2,800 entries. I typically do bigger GPPs. Is there a difference in the strategy here? Yeah, you don't have to be as crazy. So like, it's still 20. It's still a lot of people. There's not a major difference, to be honest with you. Like 2,800 people is still a large field GPP to me. It might be less than 20,000 people, but on a showdown slate with limited options, I wouldn't like try and prioritize quarterbacks more. That's still a lot of people. If you're playing in a contest with like 250 people or less, that's where you can start to change your strategy. It starts to become more viable to play a kicker. It starts to become, because you're taking on much more risks to not pass as much people to play an O.J. Howard or to play a Giovanni Bernard, who have worse projections, right? In a hit less of the time. Wings or pizza while watching the game, somebody asks me. I'd prefer wings, but I think nachos is my favorite answer. What's good, Sal? Half point PPR. Trying to see if I could go AB or Kareem Hunt. Thoughts? I'll go AB there, my man Caleb. Dak or Baker Mayfield week 1. Dak, don't overthink it. I know it's a tough matchup, but don't overthink it. The man's going to throw fucking 45 times tonight. Would you play Zeke and Dak together? Yeah, I don't have any rules against it, so yeah. What percentage would you forecast Antonio Brown in the captain spot tonight? I have Antonio Brown projected for 35% ownership. His captain ownership, I would assume normally it's going to be like coming in around a third of that. So I would assume Antonio Brown for around 10% captain ownership. Thanks for all that you do, buddy. I appreciate you. My man, Hard Knuck. Hey, you guys listen to the new Drake album? Sal, are you doing the Awesemo Show this year as well? I'm not doing the Awesemo Show this year, no. Last year we did 1 per year, and now this year we're doing none. They wanted to sever. It's kind of a mutual agreement, but they broke up with me, if we want to be completely honest. But it's kind of a mutual agreement. Awesemo, I was doing like 4 to 5 shows a week 2 years ago. It was way too much for them. I mean, I'm putting out 11 shows a week on my channel right now. So it was and not even counting all the Patreon tools and all that shit. So it was way too much to then do 4 to 5 shows a week. So last year I was like, hey, I'll do 1 show a week. I like doing shows. We did it with Lofty and Ben. It was a ton of fun. I was going to be down to do that again just for fun, right? Obviously, it helps build my audience being on their platform. I think they're cool, interacting with people in the industry. Really enjoyed all the shows I did with Josh and Lofty and Ben. But then they were like, yeah, you look like you might be competition now, so we might have to skedaddle you. And I was like, that makes a lot of sense. What's up, Sal? Am I crazy for trying Antonio tonight in my flex over Darrell Henderson? No, I'd much prefer Antonio Brown over Darrell Henderson. Not even close. I have him for more than double the points. Gronk or wait on Goddard? I'd rather have Goddard. Josh Larkey, that god. Yeah, Larkey seems cool. I literally follow nobody, but he's one of the people I follow on Twitter because he just seems like obviously a very intelligent person, and not somebody who's just throwing out insanely hot takes, which makes sense with his analytical background. Like 99% of fantasy football Twitter, 99% of DFS Twitter is just like people puffing out their screenshots and like drama. That's why I follow none of them. And 99% of normal fantasy football Twitter is like so many of them just trying to like virtue signal each other and like everybody's so mean, we have to be nice. And then there's a large majority of them that is just like hot taking out the wazoo with like their like 7 viewers on their podcast they just started, which is all fine, but it's just weird that you got like 5,000 Twitter followers. It's like these like follow for follow circles that go on. So I follow none of those people. Sal Vetri, the next Alex Baker. Hey, shout out Osmo himself. I did a couple shows. I did a League of Legends show at Osmo during the pandemic. Wild show. What NFTs are we in? I own a CryptoPunk and I own a couple of Goons. I sold like all the top shots during that shit. Like I basically bought whatever. I started for free because they gave me like a content creator like free pack, and then I just built that up to like I think I made $2,000 off of fucking top shots, which is crazy. But I own a CryptoPunk and I own 2 Goons. Who would you put a captain in the Millie Maker? I'm playing these 6 wide receivers in my captain exposures. My highest owned ones are CeeDee Lamb, Antonio Brown, those fellas. Currently, I have both Dak and Brady in my large field lineups. Is that a mistake? I mean, how many lineups you're playing? I personally think it's a mistake to own both quarterbacks tonight, because if both quarterbacks go off tonight, odds are 2 to 4 of the receivers are going off. And if 2 to 4 of the receivers are going off tonight, or maybe even Zeke, they're cheaper. And some of them are significantly cheaper. Like almost half the price is, basically half the price is Antonio Brown compared to Tom Brady, right? So they're going to be in the lineups way more often. Like the new setup, Brody, been a minute. Much love. Hey, I appreciate that. Yeah, if anybody's just tuning back in, what do you think of the setup? I got to get a new battery for this sign and change it up. I also got to turn on this lamp. What am I doing over here? We're slacking on day 1. There we go. Get a little lamp going. I got real candles too, but they're not clear. I got to get some more clear candles. Is your brother still doing card breaks? I don't think so. My brother does. He has a TikTok. He does like a lot of clothes redesign. Like he literally finds like curtains or blankets and he turns them into fucking pants. Like it's sick as shit. Or like button down shirts. Like he'll turn like old dusty blankets that he finds, clean them up and turn them into like button down shirts, like trendy shirts. It's pretty cool. So I don't understand why playing both quarterbacks is too expensive when you advocate for leaving $1,000 on the table. I mean, $1,000 on the table versus playing both quarterbacks at $10,000 and $11,000 is a totally different story. If you could build some lineups you think have massive upside and fit both quarterbacks, if I would play both quarterbacks in the luxury box contest, but the problem is I have $1,000 on the table or like $1,300 on the table in the quarterbacks or in the luxury box right now, and I'm playing one quarterback. If I could fit the second quarterback in that lineup, I would do it, but I can't. There's not enough money. So there's a big difference between leaving only $1,000 on the table. It is way more expensive to play both quarterbacks tonight than leave $1,000 on the table because of where the gaps are. It's not like the quarterbacks are 11,000 and 10,000 and then everybody else is 95 or 8,800. No, like there's legitimately every other wide receiver besides Evans is in the 8K range. You have Antonio Brown in the 5K range. Gronk if you want to get there in the 5K range, right? Sal can at least speak a coherent sentence instead of Baker. Baker Mayfield, what you talking about? Boxers or briefs? We got some weirdos in the chat, but briefs. Corey Davis or DJ Moore, full point PPR. Give me Corey Davis. AB at captain with Rojo or CeeDee Lamb with Zerline. I'll take AB and Rojo. Donald Driver is the captain. Hey, shout out to Don. Shout out to Donald. Shout out to Donald. Hey, yo, TikTok. I'm going to answer a couple more questions on TikTok, and we're going to bounce from there because I got to use my phone. Do I start Dak or Tannehill? Give me Dak. Antonio Brown or Corey Davis. Give me Antonio Brown. Let's pull this up right here. Yeah, if you're just getting in right now, we took this prop at the beginning of the stream, $100 to win $200 on a flex play. You can win $300 if you parlay it, but I don't want to parlay it. Get some money back if you only get one right. Zeke over 20.5 receiving yards and Antonio Brown over 12 fantasy points. If you want to tail this one with the rest of the people in the chat who tailed this one, you could use the code Sally, get a free bet up to $100 on Prize Picks. Free bet up to $100. Check it out on Prize Picks. My man, you got to stop spamming the chat. One of the mods, can you bump my man out of here? Jesus Christ, Tanner, shut the fuck up. God damn. Get the fuck out of here, my guy. Marianne or Ginger? No, I don't know what the fuck that means. You like Javonte, Fournette, or Gallup this week? Give me Gallup. What running back I should place? Should I replace Gus Edwards? Who are your options? Ayuk or Sutton in PPR? Jerry, Ayuk or Sutton? Sutton. Give me Ayuk there. CD gonna go off. I hope CD Lamb goes off. I got him for about 15.8 fantasy points. Peace out, TikTok. Appreciate you. I got to use my phone. We got to get our special guest. All right, you guys want a special guest? Bro, we got to get this guy the fuck out of here. My man gone forever. My man gone. Why don't we get the bots? Where are all the we need some mods in here. How many hours a day do you work with this stuff, bro? Great work. Love all the content. So a couple of years back, hours a day was probably somewhere around hours a day. I probably do about 12 hours a day. I'm trying to think. 10 hours a day. I get up at 4:30 in the morning. I make coffee. I'm starting work by like 4:45 in the morning. And I'm usually in and out. Like, I'll take breaks. Like, I'll go on a run. That'll take like an hour and a half. I'll go on a walk. I'll chill out, watch some YouTube. That'll take like an hour and a half. But I'll start work around 4:35 a.m. and I'll probably close shop depending on the day around like 6 p.m., 7 p.m. Spamming is the best way to not get your answer questions. Sal, don't hate those bugs, somebody says. Don't hate those bugs. What's that mean? What's that mean? Alrighty. Let me get this guy in here. Let's see. Let me text him. All right, we're gonna have a special guest come in here and give you guys the play. Make me mod. I got you. Been watching for a year now. Yeah, I'll make you mod. Fuck it. So Nick Boyle. Let's give you the rundown of the history of this. Nick Boyle was at one time. Where's my man? Why is he answering? Nick Boyle was at one time the first ever choice for a special guest. He ended up scoring his only touchdown of the year. Next, it was Cameron Brate later that year. He had 3 catches for like 30 yards as a backup. Not too fucking shabby. We're going to have our third option coming soon. Will be another backup tight end. I discovered you during NBA, and you've been an unbelievable teacher of the game. I appreciate that. Why is my man not answering me right now? We about to FaceTime on this right here. How often do you get a haircut, bro? Usually every other week, but now, as of today, I'm going to go weekly. So I'm going to get a haircut every week now because I want the fresh cut. Hey, Sal, top 5 showdown today, brother. NFL's back. Best picks. I appreciate that, man. Yeah, the wide receivers are the best plays today. For a showdown. Me too, Sal. Make your boy a mod. Carlton, yeah, for sure. Where's my... I'm trying to get my man on this show right now. He must be fucking sleeping. My man's sleeping on us. Our special guest be sleeping? Hey, yo, John! Motherfucker. Sal, I appreciate it. Catch you in the Discord chat. Appreciate you, Big Rabbit Top Boss Man. Nick Boyle, I remember that. It was crazy. Sal NFL is back. You look fire. No, you look fire. Straight fire. We got 700 people watching live. Appreciate you all. Alrighty. We got a special guest. I'm going to make way for him. All right. Special guest coming through. Will it be another backup tight end? Don't hold your breath. Let's go. It's not George Little.
How are we doing? Hello. So, Sal said it's not going to be a backup tight end. Guess what? It's a backup tight end. It's Dalton Schultz. I have good feelings about Dalton Schultz tonight. Big D Dalton Schultz. He's scoring a touchdown tonight, and I'm throwing money on it. And if he doesn't, well, I owe you money then.
He's scoring a touchdown! Yeah!
We got it.
Yeah! All right. Well, I know who I'm playing in the luxury box. Dalton Schultz is about to be the last time I played Nick Boyle, and he literally was in the winning lineup in my main lineup. I did it as a joke, but we are about to go get the luxury box lineup and play Dalton Schultz. How much actual value is there in Le'Veon Bell? Probably not much. That man dust. Scotty Miller or what? Nah, that New York, y'all. Mom, the meatloaf. My dude's sleeping. 100K empty seats with 40 minutes to go. Rake free tourney. You think big GBP on DK fills tonight? Probably not. Not the Millie Maker. Brother, who is the captain? The wide receivers. Nice, Sal. Let's go. Not happening. Whoa, button up shirt, man. My girlfriend is in the room. The button up the shirt, man. My girlfriend's in the room. Oh shit. Big D Dalton. Sal with the pins. Hey. Should I start Dak or Hurts? Dak. Sal, is Giovanni Bernard valuable? Somewhat, yeah. Legendary Schultz. Love the stream, Sal. AB or Deontay? Hey, we're going to go AB there. Let's go Deontay. We'll go Deontay. It's a coin flip. We'll go Deontay. Zeke or Cooper? Cooper. I think, can I make so this is a lineup that's worth, it costs $2,120 to enter for tonight. Do I dare go Dalton Schultz and be, Dalton Schultz is going to run like 15 routes tonight. He seems to be banged up. Do I dare go Dalton Schultz in this lineup? It's worked out the last 2 times these guys have played for value. What is Dalton Schultz price? 4K range? Dalton Schultz is 46. That's just so fucking much money when you have Ronald Jones right there. God damn. Yeah, I don't know about the Dalton Schultz play, but man, a touchdown from Dalton Schultz is going to be a dagger tonight for me. Chenault, Debo. Chenault. T. Higgins or Miles Sanders this week? T. Higgins. How stupid am I on the scale of 1 to 10? OG and Gronk in the same lineup. OG? OJ? Yeah, I don't want both those guys in the same lineup, to be honest. How big is Hawkinson and Waller gap? Also love your tiers. Hey, I appreciate that. The gap between Hawkinson and Waller is not that far. Hawkinson can be Waller this year, meaning a 25% target share. DK Sportsbook allowing double bets on props plus 73 promo. Anybody confirm? Yeah, I saw the plus 73 promo. What do you think of Scotty Miller? 1,600. I'm not really a fan. I think he runs somewhere between 6 and 8 routes. We talked about him a little earlier. Schultz and the captain, somebody says. Where did you get that shirt? Somebody said. This shirt right here? I don't know. I got to go shopping again, but I got a lot of shirts one day at Dillard's. I got some at Zara, maybe H&M, all those. Be a legend. Pick Schultz. Deontay Johnson or Swift? I will take Swift. Not a Thursday question. I feel like a plus $2,800 Julio to lead the league in receiving yards is not bad. Thoughts? Not for me. Not for me. Enter another, not a 32-year-old. Enter another contest and throw Schultz into a pick. Yeah, I'll put him into just like a random contest. Sal, how high are you on Julio Jones? Hey, my handsome nephew, says my mom. Sal, how high are you on Aaron Jones this week with the Saints beat up front seven? It's tough to like Aaron Jones when there's so much better value. This week on Sunday, you'll see in the videos coming out tomorrow and Saturday in our stream Sunday and our GPP, really the GPP podcast on Patreon. We'll get really in depth with it. It's so hard now to try and combine two of those stud running backs this week because you can still afford 1 to 2 stud receivers. It's just fucking crazy. That shirt, what that optimizer looking like, Sal? I've got right now, captain-wise, I excluded all players except the receivers, so I've got like 27% Antonio Brown, 22% CeeDee Lamb, Amari 20% in these 20 max lineup builds, which maybe I'll just run them and put Dalton Schultz in there. Lamb getting a rushing TD, book it. Oh, boy. Thoughts on the RBs tonight? The RBs tonight look like straight bun cheeks. I think Ronald Jones is probably the best RB play today, factoring in price point. Which hurts me to say that because I hate Ronald Jones. But Ronald Jones factoring in price point, I think, is the best RB play tonight. It's just tough to get up to Zeke at 9,600 when all the other receivers have a higher ceiling. Still love Zeke, of course. Sal, you think Robinson from the Jags going to play an egg? What does play an egg mean? What the fuck does that mean? Higgins or AB? Give me AB. Love the channel. Big fan. Would you pick Antonio Brown over T. Higgins? I'll take Antonio Brown. Sorry, just got here. Been a while. What's up, Sal? Mike Evans or Godwin? Give me Godwin. Would you play Robinson or Gaskin? James Robinson. PFF loves Aaron Jones. I love Aaron Jones. Darnell Mooney worth picking up? Yes. Hey, Sal, got your fantasy sports school. Excited to learn from you. Hey, Babel. I saw a couple of people bought it yesterday, the fantasy sports school. Sal, you're a brilliant left brain guy, but any art in your soul? Do anything creative? Do I do anything creative, like drawing and stuff? No. I'd like to consider this creativity. I make digital art, if that counts. I read books. But no, I don't draw or anything like that. I'm pretty bad at that, actually. I got 100% Aaron Rodgers tonight. Hi, Mama Vetri. Yeah, shout out to Mama. Sal, captain, Antonio Brown. Sounds pretty good to me, my man. How about Dallas defense? That's a no for me, dog. Or Zeke as captain. I have no Zeke as captain. You sell just your optimizer or packages only? Packages only. Look, the optimizer is in beta for this year. And a lot of things are being added quickly. Like, we've already added 5 features within the last 2 days. So shout out to Colton doing the optimizer. Man's a saint. But the optimizer it's going to be the cheapest optimizer in the industry for what you get in terms of like cost wise. It's literally a $10 add-on from the main package. It's a $15 difference, but you also get the Sunday Night Football tiers in there, which I value at about $5 per month, which you get 4 of them. So it's like $1 per week for Sunday Night Football if you break it down that way. But it's basically just a $10 optimizer as an add-on bonus. But for right now what you're getting in there, everything for me is working fine. Obviously, there's some things that I want to create to make it even more robust, and those things are going to come as the season goes on. It was either not have... So here's the thing. It was either not have the NFL optimizer ready for the beginning of the season or start to provide it mid-season. And I was just like, fuck it. We'll charge as little as we possibly can to keep the thing fucking running. Like right now on the NFL optimizer, there's no way I'm making a profit. I'll be happy if I break even on it because that optimizer, ideally, when it's all said and done, should be an industry standard $50 optimizer. But at least this year, it's not going to be. It's going to be locked in at $10. Love the energy. Yeah, man, it's the NFL season. I don't know if you guys watched a lot of my streams during the NBA towards the end of it, like the NBA postseason, when it's just like fucking 2 games or 1 game a day. And it's just like, I love watching these games. I'm betting on them, so I'm going to talk about them. Why not? Like, it's part of my job. But, man, the energy was just not there because it just got so boring. Sal, the lighting in the room is on point, somebody says. Yo, if I could show you the lighting in the room, I got a ring light. I got two desk lights. I got a light right there. Just the only thing this light does right here is a fucking $100 light. I bought it just because it looked cool and it's you can adjust it. It's only shining on that dollar bill to make it brighter. I have a light only shining on that fucking plant. I have a headlight behind me, which you can't. Well, you can see. Here we go. There's a little bit more of the room. You can see that light over there. That's a whole other part of the studio that I'm working on. I want to put a TV. I want to put a TV there and get a couch on this side, and so I can play video games. I haven't played video games in a while. There's another light that you can't see right over here though. There's a light over there. You can see that light over there. That's a whole nother part of the studio that I'm working on. I want to put a TV. I want to put a TV there and get a couch on this side, and so I can play video games. I haven't played video games in a while. There's another light that you can't see right over here though. And we'll fix that back to normal. Salvatore, who's the top scoring wide receiver tonight? If I had to put my money on the top scoring wide receiver tonight, I would say my favorite factoring in price is AB, but it's mainly a price play. I would say it's CeeDee Lamb. All right, somebody please. We need the mods to be going quicker. You got to hide the user on the channel. No, we're not doing no timeouts. If people are spamming the chat, straight up hide the user on the channel. What do you think of Tyler Kroft as a tight end for Sunday cheap as fuck? Give me Tyler Conklin instead. Tyler Kroft is going to grade out on my projections as a solid play, but he's only going to grade out for like 5 fantasy points. Tyler Kroft scored 2 touchdowns in the preseason, and everybody wants to jump up and down that he played well. He had 2 targets. He just happened to score 2 touchdowns, right? He's going to be not highly owned, but he's not going to produce for you. There's a lot better plays than Tyler Kroft this week. Tyler Conklin's an actual starting tight end, going to run 20-plus routes. Tyler Kroft, they re-signed Ryan Griffin. Ryan Griffin might actually be the number 1 tight end on that team. We don't know. Jarwin or Schultz? Jarwin. Is that your logo as a background lamp? The Big Energy Sports? No, it's just a lightning bolt, but it looks pretty good. My guy, Cup or AB? I'm torn. Give me Cup. Gio in or out? Gio is playing tonight. Landing is on point, my guy. I appreciate that, Braxton. I wish I could just go straight Cowboys on FanDuel, somebody says. Yeah, I don't know. I don't play over there. Your shirt makes me want to play some EPL soccer. I was always confused as what my shirt reminded me of. Like soccer jersey, yeah. I think it's the Maryland colors, right? Like these are like pretty close to the Maryland colors for college. 30-minute countdown, somebody said. Yeah, we're going to be live for another 10 minutes, so get your questions in. We'll pull up the double box screens right now. There's the bet that we took for props if you want to check that out. Here's some other guys. These guys are all in my player pool if they have an X on them. This is for large field GPPs. If you're playing in small field GPPs, both kickers, obviously suck up becomes very much so in play for net, all that type of stuff. Make me a mod. I'll ban these, says David. All right. Yeah, I mean, look, the only thing you got to do for your mod is just put people in timeout if they're just talking a lot. But if they're just like straight up putting 10 messages in a row, just hide them from the channel. They'll never get to talk again. They'll be gone forever. You are now a mod, Mr. David, because I've seen you in here before. What time will the live stream be on Sunday? 10 a.m. Eastern time. So 10 a.m. to probably around 11:30, so an hour and a half stream. But for me, it's football starts now in Texas since I moved here at noon. It's fantastic. Love that shirt. I appreciate that. Josh Jacobs or Chase Claypool? Claypool. Red, black, yellow, and white. You were pretty close. All right. Yeah, I thought it was pretty close. I didn't think it was exact. Thanks. Sal, thoughts on Tampa Bay team total over or under? At this point, I didn't bet anything on this game because it's going to be one of the top 5 bet on games potentially of the season for the NFL. So you're not getting any value on the line if you didn't get it right away. I bet on this game originally, like a week and a half ago. And I took Tampa Bay at -6.5. I think they opened at. They might have opened at -6, so I just missed the opening line. So I have Tampa Bay at -6.5. But there's no point for me to like be pushing that right now for you people because no one's going to find a 6.5 out there. The only other bet at this point that I think makes sense is to take the Cowboys spread in I don't like parlays. Like I rarely talk about them, but actually parlaying it with the over. I think that's a really good correlation play because if the Cowboys are going to stay within a 10-point spread, odds are they're probably scoring 3 touchdowns. And if they're staying within a 10-point spread, maybe they lose by a touchdown. So you can see where it makes sense. They're probably not very unlikely chance that they hold down Tom Brady's on offense. Tonyan or Gronk? Tonyan. Bernard or Howard? I'll take Howard. Fresh cut, bro. I appreciate that. Trevor Lawrence or Winston or Sam Darnold for week 1? Give me... Winston and Lawrence is close. Give me Lawrence. Sal and Osmo guys recommended that the under on Zeke fantasy points and another under on rushing yards. Your thoughts? I don't have a bet on either of those. I took the over Zeke 20.5 receiving yards. And then I took a lot of other overs, or I took a over on fantasy points for AB. But I don't have any props or action on the Zeke over unders for fantasy points and things like that. Definitely not fantasy points for me. The rushing yards I'm kind of stumped on. I think it's the perfect line. I don't want to be betting it. I don't think there's much value in that line. I'm telling you, this is a fucking guarantee. I can't emphasize this enough. If they don't win, I will never net again, somebody said. Bet again. So Tampa Bay winning, you're saying? Nice. Thank you, bro. I didn't know the Jets signed Ryan Griffin. Yeah, I mean, they've had him, but they just re-signed him. Cup or AB? Cup. How many carries for Zeke tonight? I think you're probably going to see Zeke around 15 and a half carries is probably where a line sits at. Thanks, Sal. No problem. Higgins or Harris? Which Harris? If it's Najee. If it's Damian Higgins. I understand most of everything you've ever said, but when you said watching football without a dog in the fight is worth no time, you don't love the game then? I enjoy watching football. If you're watching football without fantasy action, without DFS action, without player props action, I'm probably not sitting down for 3 hours and watching a football game. And if I am, I'm doing it while not really looking at the TV that much. I'm doing it while just chatting with people, having beers. I'm not solely focused on the game and really, really invested. No. I love football. I literally have been breaking down a lot more the defensive side of the game. I don't know if in the future I'll start to get into that a little bit more, not for fantasy, but just in general, talking about football. I love the whole draft process. I love the whole business of football. I think I like, obviously betting and DFS and all that is number one. The business of football is number two for me. Like, I love the business of football, how you put together teams, assets, build these rosters, how it all works, right? The value of pockets of positions. That all I love. But I can't sit here, and I'm sure many people out there agree, I cannot sit here and truthfully say that I strongly enjoy watching football without any action on it. Unless, like, I'm a Packers fan. If it's a Packers playoff game, sure, I really enjoy it no matter what. Otherwise, not really. There's no stakes. If it's just a regular season Eagles-Cowboys game, week 7, and I have nothing on the game, sure, I'll put it on the TV, but my attention span is going to be about 5%. AB or Cooper, Sal? Give me Cooper. I've been watching this game for all the year. I'm a huge Tampa and Brady betting aspect of it. Nice. Sup? Remember this. LOL, I love your channel. I appreciate that. Lock in the Bucks D, somebody says. Uh-oh. Dallas winning. Sal, what do you think about playing Pitts on Sunday? Yeah, Pitts is probably going to be the highest owned tight end, right up there with Travis Kelce. Tomorrow morning, by the way, is the final thoughts video releasing. Saturday, that one dude is coming back. Sal or Sal, somebody says. Can you scroll up? What do we got? Get your final questions in, people. I appreciate you all. We are right now sitting pretty. We maxed out around 800 people live, so let's go. Let's finish strong. We got another 5 minutes to go. And then I got to get this lineup in. Without action, that's not even allowed, is it? Somebody said. Nah, I don't watch like I did when I played in high school and college. This is Sal as he comes into his own, somebody says. Just glad you bought a better microphone last year. Yeah, this microphone, I assume, is way better, right? Way better. I mean, obviously, I know that it is. I mean, we got the whole setup. I love this camera. I mean, I would hope that this camera looks crispy. Definitely crispier than my old camera from like a year ago. I want an upgrade from this. I mean, this is a Sony a7 III with like a fantastic lens on it. I want to somehow get even better quality than this now because I'm like too used to this. If you play any video games, a projector is unreal. Oh, thank you for the projector idea. That's a good idea, actually, because it saves space. That's a really good idea. Boldest take for season-long leagues? I don't really think I have bold takes for season-long leagues. I mean, Marvin Jones, like 2 months ago, it might have sounded crazy to say Marvin Jones finishes as the wide receiver 1 on the Jags and a top 15 wide receiver. Now it doesn't really seem that crazy. Good luck on Thursday Night Football, everybody. Same to you. No action, no interest, somebody says. Discovered your channel about 2 months ago, says Lewis. How? For fantasy football? It's great to meet you. Good luck, everybody. Is James Robinson an okay RB2? Yes, definitely. Love the setup you have. I appreciate you. You like Gallup or Ojo? Gallup more. Sal, off topic. Off topic of your head, what's your fantasy squad? I have a lot of fantasy squads. My fantasy squad is 24 rounds. My main league, I got Dak in the 10th round somehow. My keeper was like James Robinson in the 14th round. I started Devontae Adams, Hopkins, and Robert Woods. So I started 3 receivers in a row because I had the keeper late. I then took DeAndre Swift in the 4th round, and then I didn't take another running back till late, and I luck boxed my way into Tyshawn Williams in like the 16th round. So that might be a thing now. But I basically took, I think, like 7 receivers with my first 8 picks. When are you dropping the fellas, hoodies or shirts? I already have fellas, hoodies and shirts. But if you're talking about like new designs, I might have to reach out to my design guy. But they're linked down below. My merch store is linked down below. We haven't updated them in like a year though, so maybe I should do that. Sorry, my messages are sending twice. No worries. Go Browns. All I care is they beat the Steelers. You make a great NFL GM. I don't think I would make a great NFL GM. I don't know enough about obviously a lot of shit like the cap, team constructions, the draft, player evaluations. I think I'm getting there. But I would like to do some stuff with the business of football. Maybe not this year or next year, but 10 years from now, yeah, I would like to be doing stuff with the business of football. Thanks again. See you. Good luck. Thank you. Compliments to your barber. Hey, I appreciate that. Yeah, I found a good barber about a month ago, and I was like, or a month and a half ago, and I was like, you know what, this guy's good. I'm going to start going weekly. Like the difference between going every week for just how good I feel. It's, if you get haircuts often, you know, especially if you get like fades, the difference between going every week to the barber and every other week, it sounds like it's not. It sounds like I'm being crazy. My hair grows like an afro. If you watch my videos, I look like a different person, like an afro. It just doesn't feel great. You said somebody says, LOL, learn my name. I took 1.1 million last season, and the new one starts now. Somebody says, Mike Chan. I said somebody says again. My bad. It's just a force of habit. Antonio Brown recommended ownerships. I have a lot of Antonio Brown. I think I have Antonio Brown projected for 35% ownership, but my specific ownership on Antonio Brown is around 60-something%. I'm about double the field. You'd be a good scout, somebody says. Yeah, what does that mean? Like a player scout? I love that you talk fast. I'm from Connecticut and I live in Ohio. You get more info out. That's the goal. Somebody told me that it's if you talk fast, it means that you're smart. I'll take it. I don't know about that, but I'll take it. How about a TV career? I actually just had I have a fancy word, agent, but just a guy who finds me some deals reach back out to me. But TV deals, I would do like guest appearances, but I'm not that interested. Like if if they offered me like $7 plus like $5 million, yeah, sure, I'll do it for 1 year, 2-year contract, and then we retire at 28. But if ESPN came to me with a contract right now, or Fox, it's just a hard no. Like, it's a hard no. One, the money is better for what I do right now, and the independence is way better, not being locked down to a studio or LA or Connecticut or New York. Like, no thank you. I ain't about it. Why Godwin over Evans? Price point, and also matchup. Evans has a higher 2-touchdown upside, though, which is scaring the shit out of me. Schultz is a wild card for sure. Shout-outs from Myrtle Beach. Hey, I used to go there a ton. Can you have Ben Shapiro on here as a guest? A lot of people on TikTok. I made a TikTok about 2 months ago, and we're doing well. Like, we're about to hit 40. We're about to have more subscribers on TikTok probably by tomorrow. Probably by tomorrow, we're going to have 40,000 or the next day. And we're going to have more on TikTok than we do on YouTube, which is just a fucking crazy thing to think about. Who you got fantasy QB-wise? Like my season-long league, I have about 5 season-long like legit leagues, and then obviously a ton of best balls. But my main league, I got Dak Prescott. Alrighty, we're going to bounce 2 more minutes. Only dislike on this video is the guy who got banned, somebody said. Sal, is it possible to upgrade a Patreon subscription for this month if I already have paid? Yes, great question. Why DG? If you've already paid for Patreon and you upgrade to a different subscription, it will only charge you the difference. So if you're in the All Sports $25 package and you want to go to the priority to get the Sunday tiers and the optimizer, it will only charge you the $10 difference between those 2 packages. Cowboys with the spread. Cowboys spread. The only way you're betting the game today, like right now, you missed the best part of this line when it was Tampa Bay opened at 6.5. You take the Cowboys and parlay it with the over, I think. Alrighty, cool. Yeah, if you want to sign up for Patreon, you can join the community down below. It is linked down below. You can check it out. I'll put a link into the description. Obviously, we have a ton of tools and information tonight. We have 23 pages of matchup notes for Sunday, projections, ranks, the optimizer, the Sunday morning show, ownership now, a ton of stuff. So you can check it out. I hate your channel when I lose, and I love your channel when I win. It seems like that's a lot of people. That's why I do not really check YouTube comments all that much. I sometimes have other people, or most of the time have other people do it for me. So yes, your fade is better than any player I faded. J.K. Lawrence, I love you. Is it too much to leave on the table? 4K, 6K? Yeah, there's definitely too much at some point. I mean, 6K sounds like a lot. So excited football season is starting again. Sorry if it's been asked already. Thoughts on Gallup tonight? He is my 6th highest owned captain, and he is my last place captain. Gallup is a good play tonight. Gallup is a good play tonight at low ownership. At low ownership relative to the other studs, I have him at 26% projected ownership. That is a good leverage play. I Manscaped and they're smooth as eggs. Hey, you got Manscaped? Yeah, if you haven't got Manscaped yet, use code SAL to get like 20% off. Those kits are amazing. The Manscaped company is amazing. They gave me ball deodorant, ball toner, a nose trimmer, the Lawnmower 4.0. If you know, you know. Yeah, that shit's awesome. Should I start AB or Judy this week? Antonio Brown for me. Alrighty, gang. Peace out, everybody. I'll see you Sunday for the live stream. Sunday morning for the Patreon podcast will be going up. A video coming out tomorrow morning and Saturday morning. Other than that, best of luck. I got to get this lineup in the next 10 minutes. I'm going to go take some shots, maybe some drinks with my cousin, and have a lovely start to the weekend. I hope you all do as well. Yes, this was a great start. 800 people in the live stream at one point. I appreciate you all a ton. Best of luck tonight. If I win 6 figures, maybe I'll show up tomorrow for work. Maybe I won't. Maybe I'll celebrate. Ball too hard. Motherfuckers trying to try us. Peace out. How you doing? That ain't the end screen. What's we doing here?